Hello and welcome to Tea Talk. So this is Tea Talk, and this is a YouTube collaboration series where I talk to different YouTubers about what mental health means to them. So today I have Kite.
Hi.
And we're going to talk about mental health and body positivity together and how they have helped us with our mental health. So the first question will always be mental health before finding body positivity. With me, it's always the mental health journey that I've been on has always been so focused on my body and like what does it look like and what do I put in it, what do I eat and everything. That when I came to find body positivity itself, I never knew it existed. It just felt like this movement that just when I found it never got talked about. And I found a video on YouTube, and it was by this wonderful woman called Whitney Wayfor, and she talked to me. She told me about like body shaming and how like body shaming's a thing because it was something we never talk about in society. I went, what? This is a thing that happens? People like suddenly all the stuff that happened to me when I was younger, I realized there was a name for it. And so it helped me go through that really horrific part of recovery where I just wasn't happy with myself. And then suddenly from like 2015 onwards, I found about body positivity.
For me, when I was, like a lot of it happened back when I was in secondary school. And I got bullied for like loads of things, voice, and then it was my body, which was like the main thing because I've never been like skinny at all. Like even my parents and then other people would keep on bringing it up like, oh, you're overweight, you should think about losing weight and all that stuff. And then I'm like, I'm fine the way I am, I'm not gonna die anytime soon.
Did you feel a change? Probably like at that age, like mental health just wasn't the thing you were thinking about, but did you feel a change in your mood and everything?
When I didn't have anything, like when I didn't know what I wanted to do or anything like that, all you could think about was like being bullied and all that stuff. So it's like the thoughts of the way I looked kept on going. And even like some people would like poke fun at it, like be like, hey, like are you pregnant or something? And then they'll be, I don't know, they would use that. Then also like, you know, where they also touch you all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, like when they like
slap you.
Non-consensual touching is what I mean.
When that happens a lot of the times. And then you have like all this snickering, the laughs, all that stuff. And so that didn't stop. Like during my 5 years in secondary school, that continued. It's also when, even back then, I didn't know that body shaming was a thing or anything like that, because I thought it was just like cyberbullying, and I was just one of the prime targets that got bullied a lot. It wasn't like every single time because it would be at random points, so I would never expect when I get bullied next. And that was the main thing. And then I just hated secondary school, but then it's like even if I told the teacher, then everyone wouldn't like you because they would just think you would be tattletaling on them and all that stuff. And so I repressed a lot of like what I was feeling. I didn't even talk about it to my parents, like it was that much.
But if they like if you didn't know like at random points, like surely they must have left you like feeling panicky and like that feeling of like it's gonna be
I was just scared of like literally opening up to a lot of the teachers or any of that stuff. So I kept like a lot of that like secret or stuff. The teachers, there would be sometimes when they would see it like happening and then they would like get involved, but then other times I would just like keep quiet a lot of the time. And a lot of the times I spent most of my time like by myself, or I would be going to like maybe one of the music studios or something like that, and I'll be just in there by myself for like a little bit.
Oh my god.
Only after secondary school, when I went to sixth form, did I start noticing about that there was this thing called body positivity. And then it was so amazing because then you've got so many people with so many different body shapes being acknowledged and they're all beautiful in their own way. And then it's like such a beautiful thing. And then I wish I knew about that like back when I was in secondary school, and maybe that would have helped me like feel a bit more better and stuff like that. I know about it now, which is great. But then it's still a shame when you see people get discriminated just because of the way their body naturally is.
Of course. The internet, and particularly internet trolls, they heighten it.
Yeah.
And it becomes a very heightened thing on the internet when suddenly they start attacking you. And they attack you on the things that you think that you're going to be insecure about. And because we're consistently told about, you know, how we should look and how we should be and how we should act, they immediately attack on the thing that is your body. And because they think that's a real, like, good place to, like, make you feel vulnerable and make you feel weak. It's taken a long time to find out about body positivity. I'm in the same boat. When I found it, I was like, why wasn't this around when I was 11? Because I needed this then. Or why weren't schools talking about something like this that would have really helped? Because all of us, like, even though, you know, whether you're not bullied or not, a lot of school kids are being told the same messages as we are now, and they're all in the same boat.
They say, like, obviously bullying is wrong, like, that's a definite thing. A lot of the times they don't really share their own experiences, and then even, like, because I think they don't share their own experiences, a lot of kids can relate, and they're, like, too afraid to go into that thing of the unknown and, like, get help with that, like, stuff like that.
That fear of, like, going and, like, doing the brave thing, being brave and actually standing up for someone that's, like, hurting you, and whether that is whether on the internet or whether in real life as well. And what it's really, like, been helpful for, like, a lot of ED sufferers or ED recoverers like I have, if we're looking at the way that it's helped mental health, it keeps reminding you that your body is, like, your body, and it's the best body that, you know, you can have, because it's yours and no one can change it. And the inclusion and the inclusivity, I couldn't even say that word. The inclusivity of like the entire thing itself, and it's just, it keeps reminding you, like, all of these people on Instagram who do body positivity, they remind you of, like, hey, remember the people who are in minorities or LGBT women or, like, women who work in sex, and also men as well. Male body positivity doesn't get talked about.
I don't think I've seen it, like, hardly. It's mostly being the other way around, and it's like, it would be great if more people talked about it. It's kind of like, maybe to some people they show a weak side of themselves or something. I don't know how to explain it. It's
Is it like hyper masculinity, do you think?
Maybe, because for me, I've never thought myself as that ever before, and I've never really talked about body positivity until now, like, honestly. But then it's also like, when I see so many videos on body positivity, I'm like, there's so much stuff, like, you're not alone in this thing. Like,
you're not.
I think one person that talks about it really well, I think is her name Grace Victory?
Yeah, Grace Victory is so good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only person I can think of from the top of my head.
I love that. I also like Scarred Not Scared. She's really good. And the big one is also Body Posse Panda. And then there's also Bopo Boy that I follow, and that is a LGBT, like, man documenting about how, you know, his body is lovely as well. And he was the first, like, Instagram account that I found about like a man talking about it, because, again, I don't know if it's whether men are ashamed to say it or whether there's just they don't know where the support groups are. Like, but I'm, like, talking from a woman's perspective. I have no idea what it's like.
I mean, it also may be like they don't generally know how to go about it as well, because even if there is support groups, it's like everyone has their own perspective of, like, how they go about it, and then are they ready to, like, try to get help about it.
Exactly.
Because it's like, again, it's maybe not so much weakness, as what I said before, but, like, maybe when you are open about yourself, when you're honest with yourself, it's like you also become vulnerable with like, when you tell someone about it, because again, it's like when you meet someone or when you talk to someone, it's like you may not even know them that well to the point where you're okay with sharing that problem with them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, if you're, like, talking to people, you have to, like, build up that confidence in order to then say, and if you feel that you've got that relationship with that person, and then if you can start talking about your vulnerabilities at a point in the friendship, and they like help you and they accept you and they support it, then that's, like, a really good sort of friendship to have. going into the future, now that body positivity is a thing in both our lives, and we're talking about it right now, sometimes there will be times in your life, or like things that life throws at you. Definitely for me, it's uni and stress, where suddenly you forget about it, and your life, it just goes out the window, and you sort of then go back to how you felt. So
I think like definitely people in uni, they're more mature, and then it's like, to them it's like it's fine, like the way you look, like none of that matters, because then it's like it's more about personality if anything else. And it's like, and that's the cool thing about it, because then it's like you don't have to worry about that, you can just be yourself. But then like definitely doing what I love, my passions, it's been kind of like a distraction for me to like not worry about my body. And then when I see so many videos of people of all different shapes and sizes, it's like, that's just a minor thing. Like, a body is just that. It's your body. It's not anything else, because it's like what matters on YouTube is like your personality, the way you come across, you having fun doing what you love.
Also, again, definitely keeping yourself busy. I found out in the summer that I'd been doing things like volunteering, and then I was going volunteering from London,
you
coming
mentioned
back.
that a lot in your videos, how for you volunteering has been kind of like a therapy to you. Like, volunteering at Sitsi and all that stuff.
And I love it because it keeps me busy, because I don't have to think about myself.
And plus it's great because you also meet like loads of people who may have come from like all over just for that specific thing.
And it's a lovely community, and I get to meet like other friends and make new friends and everything. And as soon as I stop my shifts, maybe at Sitsi or any volunteer, I immediately, if I'm alone, I immediately go back to like brain,
or look
body,
for the next volunteering opportunity.
And so my brain goes, oh, this is why we keep busy. This is why we keep doing what we do, because if we don't, then someone's going to think about this in general and my body. And I honestly don't want to go back there and everything. And it's just not nice.
You're going to mention my body one way or the other. This is me. Either you like me as I am now or don't like me, period.
Definitely. If my body is such a big thing for you to hate on, and you hate it,
because then that says more about them than
it
yourself.
Does. Then you delete them because they are known as toxic friends or frenemies, and we don't want those in our life. You become not harsh, but like I need to do what I need to do for my self-care and myself, and then
because I think it's also like people who are okay with that, but then it's like one thing saying and then another thing doing. And then like some people may not be at the level to which they can do that, where they're okay with doing that, because then it's like, even if it is better for you, then like what about what you've had with that person? Even if it is like this fake relationship between like you and another friend, it's like it was still a relationship nonetheless. And then it's like, is it that easy to cut them out?
Yeah, because it's never that easy if it's like family or friends, like in immediate family.
And it's like, for example, when I got rid of a lot of my friends who were making fun of myself, the way I looked, what I was doing, all that stuff, it was very difficult to get rid of them, because like even after I got rid of them, I still thought about what we've done. But then with family, that's a different story entirely.
It is a different story, and it's just a whole other
like,
about it.
Because then it's like, especially if it's someone older, then it's like they teach you you're not supposed to talk to your elders like that. But then for me, it's like, if you're being rude to me, why should I retaliate?
Why should I stay around and like be like bombarded with bullets that are gonna hurt me a lot more?
But then it's kind of like a bit more difficult if you actually live with your parents.
If you live with your parents, it's really hard, and it's then maybe just sort of sneakily give them Health at Every Size, which is a wonderful book. Just sneakily put it in their Christmas stocking or a birthday present, and like, because Michelle Ullman once said, because people think it's a diet book, but it's not, guys. Surprise, spoilers, it's a body positivity book. So just sneak it in there maybe.
But then I just like, whenever that happens, I just use like YouTube as an escape. So like when I'm making videos, or when I'm just like watching videos, I'm like, this is my own little world and no one can get in.
It's wonderful. I love that. So thank you, Kite, for being on this episode today. It's been absolutely wonderful to talk to you and just talk about body positivity and mental health, which are two of my favourite things on this channel. It's what it's made up
It's what you're known for.
And I will link everything that Kite's YouTube channels are down below. I'll link them all down below. And I will see you in the next episode of G Talk. Bye!
Bye!